Hello everybody. Welcome back if you're already a subscriber, and welcome if you are new. Happy New Year, at least it is when I'm putting this video up. So today we are going to be doing a flip through of my passion planner for 2021 and the setup. This is not going to include the January plan with me. I am going to put those videos up next week, so just stay tuned for that. I might try to figure out like linking videos or something, so I might try to link it in the description once it's up, or I might try to like link it in the video itself. Anyways, so let's get started. So if you haven't seen the video of me kind of flipping through this guy, maybe I'll try to put that in there too somewhere. Oh my gosh, I'm already setting up a lot of expectations for myself. But this is Passion Planner. This is the medium size. It's a rose gold and it's called Birds and the Bees. I'm absolutely obsessed with the color. Normally I'm a very like generic black or gray kind of color palette when it comes to my planner. Obviously Hobonichi Avex come in those traditional colors of like that yellow and the blue, so it's not very optional, but this is definitely outside of my norm, but I was very excited to have it. It's got this great elastic on the outside to help keep everything together. This is kind of like a soft cover, so you don't have that rigidness, which again is very similar to Hobonichi. Hobonichi is like just straight paper, so this is actually a little bit sturdier. And then it does have this great little bookmark. I think I've got it tucked back in the back somewhere for something, but I don't have anything marking it in particular right now. I think I will probably put it on the day once we finish this flip through. So I do have the undated Monday. Let's make sure everything is in frame after I've been flipping it all over creation. I did not do my cover page of If Found Please Return To yet. One, because I knew I was going to be filming the video, so it didn't sound like a great idea to do and then flip on camera. I didn't fill out the little fresh start thing quite yet. I know it's like, okay, well this is a setup, but it's not set up. There are some things I did skip just for my own personal reasons. I did fill out my passion roadmap already and pick my game changer. So my game changer for this year, we're gonna kind of bounce back and forth between these two pages just for a minute. They're not very colorful, they're not very exciting pages, I'll be honest with you. They're just really simple and concise. Your passion roadmap, if you're not familiar, is kind of just like all of your hopes and wishes and dreams and brain dump of wish list things. So I filled that out accordingly. Lots of places I want to visit, lots of things I want to do in the next 30 years or even year and 3 months. But one of the biggest things that I found recurring in a lot of these is just getting back on track with my health. I made a huge transition from retail and retail management to the finance world about 3 years ago, and my health, not that it's fallen or failing, but I definitely don't have a great balance anymore because I don't have the amount of activity I did. Now while my body is very grateful for some of the relaxation, it's also taken an obvious toll. So I just really want to make sure I get back to some basics and really start taking care of myself and just being respectful and being healthy. So that kind of prompted the word of consistency. I noticed a lot in 2020 that I was very consistent at times and very inconsistent at other times. I did very well through all of quarantine, believe it or not. I didn't gain any weight. I didn't really start gaining and falling off the healthy train until August. And that was for personal reasons. So that kind of created a lot of chaos as well. But this is what I really want to focus on for the next year, is consistency with getting healthy. So that means deciding on a workout plan, which I'm still trying to decide as of right now. I'll decide by the time I do my January setup, obviously, and that'll all be out next week, so you'll get to see that. If I'm gonna buy something, try an app again. I'm just gonna kind of go through what works, what hasn't worked. Making sure that daily I'm hitting my 10,000 steps, my power hours, drinking 64 ounces of water, and keeping my calories in range. And one thing I did do was, if there's something I'm having trouble with, which namely is my water and my calories. And obviously diet is a huge chunk of your health in terms of gain and loss and tone and all of that. So just making sure I meal prep and plan. And so maybe setting up days for that to plan either Friday or Saturday the week before, and then spend Saturday and Sunday actually cooking. And I gave myself some grace there. I didn't say like a hard, like it has to be every Saturday. That way I leave a little bit of wiggle room for myself, which I thought was really important, because it's very important to know that your schedule is not always going to be as consistent as you would like it to be. I have figured out how to trick myself with water. I'm not the best water drinker, to be completely honest, but I have figured out little tricks and tips along the way. So if you're having trouble, here's a couple quick tips that I recommend. My water bottle is from Imbrava. I can link that down below, God willing, I remember. But what I do is I fill it up to 16 ounces before I go to bed, and I drink those 16 ounces before I even have my first cup of coffee. I've heard, read, what have you, that drinking water first thing in the morning before you even have your coffee is really great for your metabolism and really great for your body. So I thought that would be really handy. And plus it knocks out 2 glasses of water right then and there. And then I can have my coffee and enjoy waking up. And then I have started filling my water bottle to 24 ounces. Which is great because it's not as daunting to me. I don't know why I have to trick myself with water, but I do. So try those little tips and tricks. I also made a note to have 32 ounces in by 2 o'clock, because I know if I don't have it in by 2, dunzo. There's no way I'm gonna make it without having to chug water and feel awful. Another part that I do want to call out is the mental health kind of thing of having yoga, journal time, and craft time. I think that's really key to understand, is that to have great health physically, you need to have great health mentally. So if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're working 90 million hours, which I've done, if you're not working a lot, which I've also done, your health will take a toll, because it'll kind of be feast or famine. So I really wanted to make sure that I kept my wherewithal to know that I do need to have creative time as well. Be it my project life, be it my WAS journal, which is my Wizarding Artist Society journal, or just doodling, or taking a course through one of the people that I follow. I just wanted to give myself that reminder. And then routine. Routine is something I really want to get a little bit more consistent. Again, with the word of the year, consistent. I do really want to see consistency in my schedule. Now with having a new home to set up and having my cat more full-time again, and all those things, just making sure that I'm not running ragged and giving everyone the time that they need and being fair to all parties, including myself. So creating a routine is going to also kind of come into play, not just for physical health and like planning a workout schedule and meal prep and all that, but also planning time for myself. So we'll see how that starts to roll out. One thing Passion Planner is very big on is specifics and timelines and dates and working at it and repeating, which are all listed right here. And it's just keeping you on track with that is your goal, and helping you kind of put blinders on in a way, but also see the bigger picture, that you're gonna have wins and losses and gains, and you're gonna have moments where you kind of slide back a little bit, but it's important to like just keep your eye on the prize. So I want to talk about this page for a minute. So I bought my planner in 2020. And I bought it before the 2021 release. So all of the date blocks are moved around, which I don't hate. I don't really mind it. As long as I can see the year that I'm in and the year that I'm going into, I'm really okay. Which leads me to this lovely little arrow, and what I wanted to do was do a YouTube tracker, because I've done it in the past with my Hobonichi, and I'll just go ahead and show you how that works. There's still lots to mark in here, but just using the calendar as a tracker, and I just put a little X. It's super simple. But I do like using that, and it's a good way to use this spread up. And it's useful to me. So I liked it, but I didn't realize that I put it on the 2020 side. Trials and tribulations of setting up new planners. Mistakes will be made. But it's funny because this caused a massive issue in my bullet journal, which we'll talk about in another video. I'm putting both of those videos up today, like back to back. So whichever one you want to watch first, or feel free to watch them both, what have you. But yeah, that royally messed me up. So obviously this is going to be January. I have not, again, this is not the setup for January. This is not January Plan with me. This is just Passion Planner setup for the year. I did put a post-it of things that I want to see in here, which usually this spread would be used for my bills and my workouts. Now, typically I wouldn't have this. It would all be blank. So it would have been like bills through here and then workout through here. That's going to change. So I don't know how that's going to look yet, to be 100% honest. I'm really anxious to see how that's going to go. Then you have pages for monthly reflection, and then it starts a new month and yada yada. These are all my weeklies, so none of that's set up. We're going to flip all the way to the back. So you get blank paper. It looks like I'm just hanging out back here. Okay. So, one thing I do like about this is all the blank space. So you'll see these crazy post-its and home ideas, mood board idea, which I'm really still kind of into. So I wanted to leave all of these blank pages kind of for that maybe, or any other ideas I may have, like things I want to sketch. So I'm leaving them be. Then we come to the dot grid that's in the back. If I could say one thing or pick a thing to give feedback to Passion Planner on, it would be that you could pick between half and half, dot grid and blank, or you could pick all dot grid or all blank. I think it would be really nice to have that feature if they could pull that off, but that's just my interpretation of it because I do like a good dot grid. I am a Hobonichi girl. I'm obviously starting my bullet journaling journey. That's a hard one to say. So yeah, I'm a dot grid girl. I'm not as great with the blank space when it comes to my planner space. So one thing that I do really love in all of my planners is a project life kind of map. So that's what this is. And it is pretty much a scrap lift, and I fully intend on scrap lifting it over and over and over again. I am trying to find it here. It's a little bit different. It's a different letter stamp, but it's the same floral stamps. It's the same honeycomb and paint splatter kind of thing, and it's literally the same color palette, and I am obsessed. I think it's great. It always makes me excited, and it's fun to look at. But this project life list shows obviously 2015 and 2016, not all of it. This goes through probably 3/4 of 2016. And I just chip away at it, and it's just nice to fill in a box as I go. So this is a sneak peek of YouTube videos to come. So I wanted to have I wanted to have a plan of my videos that I want to shoot for this year so that I would know, and then if I wanted to make something new or do a review or something like that, I wasn't knocking off a video that needed to take precedence, and I could kind of see the order of where I might be able to slip in a new video. We'll talk about plan versus reality when I get into my bullet journal. I know I'm kind of nodding to that, but there was obviously so much more space in the bullet journal to do things like that and kind of free form and create different lists and different structures. So I look forward to going through that with you guys. But this is just my quote unquote ideal plan for the year in terms of YouTube videos. So it's as simple and cut and dry as that. I'm going to cover this up minimally. This is my finance page. I love how it turned out with the watercolor swatch and then the gold freckles. I just hand lettered and then wrote out my bills, so I'm kind of covering them just for personal reasons and just because y'all don't need to see that. But it was a really simple list. I just number the dates down the side, then what it is and the amount, and I wrote some goals at the bottom that I'd like to accomplish, and what my bill is equal to, and what I need to do to continue to get them down. So there's that. This is a spread that I really, actually both of these I really wanted. I have always wanted to do one of the year in pixels thing, and I thought about putting it in my bullet journal, but I thought how fun it would be in here because obviously this is the full year. So lots of options to play with, and just use my dot grid to create this lovely pixel. I would like to maybe get more creative in years to come and do like a design versus just a block, but we'll see how this one goes first. Meal ideas is something that I have seen in a lot of bullet journal spreads, and I have a lot of respect for because I am famous for getting stuck when meal planning, and then I have found myself just flipping back in my planner quite a bit to maybe a couple weeks before and looking at what I ate so that I can be like, oh, well, I haven't had that in maybe a month or two. I'd really like to have that again. Or, oh, that's a treat that I would love to have, or maybe that's takeout that I haven't had in ages, or whatever the case may be. I did try to keep these to home cooked meals because obviously I'm trying to be money conscious. I feel like everybody is nowadays, but or should be. This is all stuff that I make, I can make, I like to make, semi-easy to even make for me. So I really wanted to have this spread. I may even watercolor swatch over that. I think that ink was archival. And past this point, it's totally blank. So lots of room. I will probably do a continuation of the meal ideas on the backside. Just because I know there's plenty of other stuff that I'm not thinking of or things I'll try throughout the year that I'll want to put in there. And then all the way in the back is this great pocket, which I have nothing in right now. I'm really excited about the pocket because I do have a tendency to hoard things and not put them in my planner or my Hobonichi, and they just end up in little zipper pouches all over the place, and it's like confetti of materials to put back in later, and stuff gets missed and it's sad. But that is the really simple setup of my passion planner for 2021. Next week, like I said, the January setup videos will be up for the bullet journal and for the passion planner, so stay tuned for those. I hope that you all had a wonderful New Year's Eve and that you're all enjoying brunching today and being thankful and grateful and excited about all the opportunities that will come this year. Thank you guys so much for all the support that you give, and I'm so excited for the year to come. Until next week, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.